to play again 13 with everybody this time. So that's for the first piece. There is no other big problems, but you see that even which seems very simple has to be worked out quite carefully.
Pierre Boulez is extremely careful and insistent on the cleanliness of the execution, on the cleanliness of intonation, of the cleanliness of the dynamic, of the observation of everything that is written in the score, and he is able to make everybody understand the context in which they are performing. He's able, either by stopping and explaining or by simple gestures, to make the second violins aware that they have to listen to the clarinets or to the oboes or whatever the case may be. And I think he has a wonderful capacity to give each musician room to express himself. He's not all the time at the musician, as it were. And once the parameters are clear, I think a musician playing intelligently with Pierre Boulez in the orchestra has a lot of room for personal expression.
Something that interests me very much about your conducting is the flexibility of your beat. It struck me some years ago that it seems to be much more free and much more elastic than most other conductors do.
So I don't know, I don't look at myself in a mirror before conducting. I beat what I want to hear. And what I say sometimes when I give, for instance, in Lucerne, some conducting classes, I say, don't do it like I do, because I have my own type of gesture. Normal in life, also even to eat an egg, also, I mean, you know. Therefore, also, I mean, try to convey what you want to hear. I ask myself what and how I want to hear something. And then I don't decide the gesture. I see, for instance, if the gesture is not right, I say, for instance, in a subdivision, subdivide too much. I say, no, it does not work. I have not to subdivide here, it will come by itself, but in this time, at the very end, when there is a group, I have to just to give it. So, you know, I correct myself also. When I see that is not working, I correct until it is working.
So, Pierre, please, for me, for all, give us the example with them, so that we can really see the gesture, please. Okay. You have the orchestra here.
He's bossy, yeah?
It's figure 9.
So first, c'est
intéressant pour eux.
Oui, non. Take the first piece, figure 16. 16, 1-6. First piece, figure 16. And I will be more demonstrative than I am generally. Okay? You have seen what I want to obtain? That's really like that I told you exactly. So you will see again. When I am now engaged, I want to prove myself. And now you will see the sforzato. 2. Oh, the horns. You know where I am? 16, yeah? Once more then. And look, I'm doing that. Whoa. And then more. You've seen, yeah?
When you're conducting so small and precise, do you actually feel the music intensively, or you are just reminding the musicians what should be happening?
At some moments, not always, but at some moments, you obtain more with small gestures than with big gestures, because otherwise you are, giving too much attention to your own push. And then that's what people are say, well, there is a word by Debussy, he say, never encourage the trombones. You know? And if you expand that to the orchestra, it is absolutely true. Sometimes I remember something which is not at all musical, but when I was in college, we were in the upper classes, and then there were sometimes quite a lot of noise, people were not terribly disciplined and so on. And I had a mathematics professor who was extremely good, because the more noise there were, the quickest he was speaking, and the less loud he was speaking. So progressively the class was very quiet to write what he was telling. And I think sometimes of that when I am conducting, because when I'm conducting with not very many movements, then you have people who are looking at you not to miss something, you know. But if you do that, they say, oh, well, once more.
I think you have to remember that when a conductor stands in front of the orchestra, whether he likes it or not, there's basically two ways that he can achieve what he wants to achieve. Either by going to the musician with his gesture, showing him what he wants him to do, or to conduct in such a way that it brings the whole orchestra to him. You know? And the more complex the music, if you want, the more it is necessary, because you cannot be everywhere.